Hello everybody and welcome to the Rocky and Derrick Show. If you like our interviews, please visit our website rockyandderrickshow.com and visit our photo and video galleries. Today we're here with
Katherine with Yes Weekly
and Katie with Yes Weekly.
Our first question is, what is your job title and what do you do?
I am the regional sales manager at Yes Weekly, so I get our sales teams together in Greensboro and Charlotte, do that whip, get them to sell stuff. No, we end up getting them to go out and prospect and talk to the new people in town and the businesses that are opening and just be in the know. And I just help to get that. I take my experience and help to lead the sales team forward motion to bring in revenue to our Greensboro and our Charlotte areas.
And I actually handle, I'm the editor of Yes Weekly, so I handle all the stories that goes in the newspaper. I write a couple stories that go in each week. I just make sure that everything is edited and all clean and nice and spelled right and everything sounds good. So.
How long have you been working there?
Oh goodness, let's see. I just started.
2 days?
2 days, no. Actually, June 2nd was my official first day, and then I started full-time in August. So August 8th, technically. It's my first full day.
And I have been there a little over a year. I began last May, so May, June, July, August, September, October. So a year and a half. I've been there a year and a half. 1.6, a year and a half.
That was some hardcore math.
Was.
Do you have to go to college for this?
I did not have to go to college for this specific job, but I did go to college. I went to App State and graduated with a graphic design major and an art minor. So that has helped me with my job because being able to reach out to potential advertisers and use what I learned in creativity, knowing how to sell them, I'm able to kind of get a picture and create the ad and the designs and everything in my head, relay that to them right on the spot, and it just kind of gives them the a more comfortable and peaceful feeling about investing in Yes Weekly and knowing that we know what we're talking about.
I definitely had to go to college for my job. I too went to App State, and I went there for 4 years and just graduated in August, so I'm pretty new out of college, and yeah, I'm just a baby.
What do you like most about your job?
I love meeting new people, and I love hearing their stories. I deal with a lot of new, interesting faces around the triad and people who may have not had their story told, so that's my favorite part, is just telling people stories.
I love just getting out there and introducing myself to people, and like Katie, I love meeting new people and hearing their stories and seeing what makes the world go round, of everybody being in their element, who they are, and just learning about the new businesses, the new people, and people that have been here for thousands of years that nobody really knows the backstory of. I love being that outlet to everybody in the community for you guys to use us to get your story out there through advertising, through editorial, through social media. It's a really good feeling when you get people coming back saying, thank you so much, and you really turned us around, and we're so busy, or, my story got out there, and I've touched so many people's lives. There's so much more than just writing words on a piece of paper and putting a colorful ad in the newspaper or on social media. You really get to tell their story through all kinds of different elements, and it's a great thing, and we both love what we do 100%.
Is Yes Weekly global?
We are actually, well, I guess you can read Yes Weekly if you go on our website anywhere. We have yesweekly.com, and we have social media.
Just recently, I was looking at our insights on our website, and we have people who read from the United States and also India. So, yeah.
I didn't know that. So there you go.
Do you interview famous people?
I am so glad you asked me that, because recently I just interviewed Marlon Wayans, and he is an awesome, sweet, and just like, I was fangirling out because I love him. So he was a great guy. I know, right? That's what I was. That was me on the phone. I was like,
Male.
What she said.
he's a comedian. You should look him up.
Rocky, he's on all the scary movies, like Scary Movie 1. He's on all of those. No, there's twins. You know the twins that are always on there?
Have you seen White Chicks? I was about to say
Yeah, they were the,
they were just
and,
white girls.
yeah.
He kept mentioning that movie over and over.
Male. Do you normally interview people like we do?
I don't interview as much as editorial does, but I interview kind of like you do, just asking questions to get to know them better and to know how I can help provide our services with Yes Weekly to our clients. Editorial-wise, Katie.
So we do interview people just like you guys do, but I think the biggest difference is our interview process isn't on camera and it's not recorded. We usually just, social media like Facebook Live and stuff like that, but usually I just take people to a coffee shop and put my recorder on and let them talk to me that way. So it's not like a formal setting like you guys have it.
How do you choose who you want to interview?
Ooh, how do I choose? That is a good question. It really depends. Sometimes I get emails from people that reach out to me and say, hey, I've got a really cool story idea for you. Would you like to hear it? And then, they tell me about it, and then I'm like, okay, let's set up an interview to get more in depth, get more information about that. So usually email, Facebook, and social media is a really good spot for people to pitch their story ideas. I've had a couple walk-ins. People just walk in or call. So, business cards. I actually have business cards around town that say, tell me your story on them. So, if you see those, you can call me, email me, all that good stuff.
So the way that I go about getting in front of people is if I see a reason to reach out to them, if I learn about people that I didn't know, things about them that I had no idea, then I definitely 100% want to talk to them, get their information out there. But we also have a lot of people that approach us to get their word out, to get their story out, that want help. So our doors are always open. There's not a budget that we can't work with to get information out there, and we always go above and beyond to help find some way, shape, form, time to help get your word out there. So I don't always choose who I interview. Sometimes they just walk right in and we just end up interviewing and talking, and it goes from there.
Do you travel?
I have not traveled very far in my life. I've not done that much, and that is one thing that I have promised that I will be doing moving forward, is taking time to travel and see the world and see, just learn more. I want to so bad, so I'm going to, and traveling is one of those small topics for me, so.
Well, actually, if you remember back in the summer, we actually went on a business trip to Washington, D.C. for a conference. So we did travel for that. Personally, I do like to travel a lot. I'm actually going to Chicago here in the next couple weeks to visit a friend. So, yeah, I love traveling.
What is the biggest project you ever had?
So glad you asked that, Rocky. So whenever I first started, I was commuting back and forth to Boone, because that's where I was going to college and finishing up a class. So I would come here on the weekends and get the paper all done and write stories for the paper, and then go back to Boone and do class and do it all over again each week. And so I feel like that was the biggest project, was managing my class and also, getting stories in the paper and edited and all that good stuff. I think Kat actually has the biggest project she's working on right now, so I'll let her tell you what it is.
So with Yes Weekly, we have never ended up putting on an actual festival, and we are putting our festival, we're almost up onto the time of the festival. It's actually next weekend, October 21st, and we're expecting 1,500 plus people. We've got 20 to 25 vendors set up out there. This is my first festival I've ever done my whole life, so I'm having to reach out, get every single person instructed and signed up, and everything down to cups and ice, and there's so much that goes into a festival, and it's very overwhelming, but I breathe a lot, so everybody in the office always hears me sounding like I'm about to pass out, because I know that I just need to breathe because I forget. But it's really awesome because we're all super excited, and just getting the information out there to the whole triad, seeing that people are super excited and pumped and cannot wait to be there next weekend, that is like almost overwhelming, because you're so excited you want it to be here now. So that is probably the biggest job thing I've ever done in my whole life.
Do you have a physical building?
Yes, we actually have, our location is 5500 Adams Farm Lane, and that is in Adams Farm. We are about, I'd say like 10 minutes from here. Not a very far drive at all. You just hop right on the highway and get off at Gate City Boulevard, or you can get off at Guilford College Road. So we have a physical location. Small, but it works.
In your own words, what kind of advice would you give to kids?
I love this question. So my first advice would be to stay in school. Second advice is to stay in school because school is like the most important thing that is what you guys should be worrying about. So I know it stinks. School is not fun, but if you stay with it, especially middle, girl, I hear that. Oh my gosh, that was the worst years of my life. But if you get through it, you can get through anything. So you just got to think of it that way.
I was sitting here trying to think of my words to offer to kids, and I have probably about 30 things shooting through my head at once. So, advice that I wish I would have had when I was a kid growing up was to go with how I was feeling, and to always move forward and try not to dwell in what's happening right there in your moment, to think outside the box, to be comfortable with who you are. And there might be people all around you trying to make you change your mind or trying to persuade you to do things, but if you know in your gut, your head, and your heart that you're not supposed to do things, or you're not supposed to go a certain way, or walk down this street, or call this person, or eat that kind of food, if you know it's okay, if you want to, just do it. Life is short, and you need to just have fun. And if you want to play a sport, play a sport. If you want to buy that pair of shoes, buy that pair of shoes. But get a job so you can pay for those shoes.
Can I add one more thing? Also, don't let anyone tell you can't do anything that you put your mind to, because you definitely can.
What Katie said.
Well, that's it for today, guys. Make sure you comment, subscribe, and like. And go on our website, rockyandderrickshow.com. Goodbye.